Come on, come on, come on. Okay. And we can start over. Shalom, everybody. Erev Tov. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Blessed, praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Your love has embraced us always in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day, your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. Shalom, Albert, who is on YouTube, and shalom, Griselle from Cuyamaca College, San Diego. Oh, you're a kind of a neighbor of mine. I'm up in Seal Beach. Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Listen, Israel, Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words which I command you on this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is true. Worshipped, who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders. Hashkivenu, O God, you are a consolation to your creatures. For in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we're comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayed kol beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Ubizman Kariv, Vimeru, Amen. Yehesh Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam U'Lalmei Amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Kudisha B'richu Leila Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran Be'alma V'meru Amen. Yes, of course, we'll do a prayer for the elementary school. Adonai, sifatai tiftach ufi agit ilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Kasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Nezoker Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Gula Livnei Bneihem Leman Shemo Be'ava Melech Ozer Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות ובדום אליו, מלך מנית ומחייך ומצמיח ישועה, ולמען אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מקיים הכל. Now take a moment to say your own private prayer from your heart. Oh, say Shalom b'romav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imeu. Amen. I found this in my file folder for Bechukotai. I do not know for what disaster or tragedy it was written. But I find it interesting that it happened to be there today. It's from a website called To Bend Light. And it's Jewish prayers from the heart and pen of Alden Solovey, who is probably, if I know my history of Jewish names well, probably a descendant of Rabbi Joseph Soloveitchik. This is a prayer of mourning and consolation after a deadly rampage. He writes new ones all the time, but this one is, in a way, it's generic because it leaves out the name of wherever the tragedy was. So we'll just fill it in. Author of life, source and creator, grant a perfect rest under your tabernacle of peace. To the victims of the massacre in Uvalde, Texas, the Robb Elementary School, whose lives were cut off, whose very young lives were cut off by violence, a rampage of witless aggression beyond understanding. Their hopes were severed, their dreams were lost to brutality. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life, a living blessing in our midst. May they rest in peace. God of justice and mercy, remember too the survivors of this attack, witnesses of shock, horror, and dismay. Ease their suffering and release their trauma so that they recover lives of joy and wonder. Grant them your shelter and solace, blessing and renewal. Grant them endurance to survive, strength to rebuild, faith to mourn, and courage to heal. Remember the families and friends of the dead and the wounded with comfort and consolation. Grant them your protection, your wholeness and healing. May they find hope and renewal. Heavenly guide, source of love and shelter, put an end to anger, hatred, and fear, and lead us to a time when no one will suffer at the hand of another speedily in our days. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Okay, I was going to do a little Torah reading, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to open it up and let you guys talk.
Oh, goody. About what?
I'll let you guess.
About what happened?
I've lived in Texas.
Oh my God.
I know the mindset.
Oh my God.
And Barbara's here too, by the way. Hello, y'all.
Did they ever
My
find out?
question is that even though he got it legally, right? What if he had mental illness? Why didn't he ask for help instead of going into the school and shooting people?
For one thing,
Well,
I think particularly in the southern states, there is a resistance to any kind of even acknowledgement of mental health.
Oh my God.
Right.
Is that true, Barbara? She's on Facebook, so
I think that's true.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Must
I
be.
Still, in most places, I'm sure. Well, let's talk about the United States. It still is, even in the more, quotes more accepting states. It still is.
Right.
Yeah, they'll tell you don't put it on a resume. Don't say anything like that because you're not going to get the job.
That's true.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate, but the point, Amy, to your point, it's not necessarily that they even know to ask for help. You need
Right.
somebody to, either say to, go for help, or they have to have a lot of self-knowledge to be able to say, I need help.
Right.
That's
Correct.
unrealistic. I think the person that needs the help the most.
What'd you say, Marvin? I didn't hear you. What?
I said an 18-year-old is not likely to have that self-knowledge.
Right.
Exactly. I agree with you. That was
I
trying to
think
say
like
the
when we
same
went to
thing.
school, we
And he
went
was
to
he
school,
was
we didn't
estranged
worry about
from
anything.
He was estranged from his mother.
Right.
Oh, God.
His father just thought he was a good kid.
Okay.
and
Okay. But now he's dead.
virtually everybody said, I didn't see any violence in him at all.
But he
Mhm.
spoke to, apparently from what I've read or heard on the news, is that he did speak to a few of his friends. He only couldn't wait till his 18th birthday in order to buy firearms.
Right.
Never.
Right.
He didn't have many friends, by the way. He was a loner.
I know, but whomever the ones that he did have did tell that to the police
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Person
But
like that isn't likely to have many friends.
Right.
But I think the point is, we're talking about emotional health. We're talking about all these kinds of after the fact. The point is, if he shouldn't have been able to buy a
That's
gun,
right. Yes.
Right.
all this is, yes, we need all these supportive services.
Okay, let me
But why was an 18-year-old able to buy a gun
Yeah.
without checking?
Sorry.
Why
Sorry,
why
guys.
do
Let me
you need a
interrupt you for a
gun?
second. I think on iPhone, that might be Barbara.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Can y'all see me or hear me?
Barbara,
And
can hear
Barbara's
you.
Barbara is a mental health professional.
we can
Yeah.
see your iPhone. We can't see your face.
Okay,
Oh.
fine. Let her talk. Let her talk, please.
What do I press on? Done speaking? I'm
No,
a
you're
klutz.
fine. I want to hear what you say.
Well, I can't see y'all or
Oh.
anything, but anyway, yeah, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and a licensed psychiatric nurse practitioner. So I'm a doctor and a nurse, whatever. I couldn't make up my mind. Kind of overdid the education thing. Yeah, right. A little embarrassing. Looks like I had poor self-esteem that I had to keep going on. But anyway, so yeah, you know what? I'm sick of. I'm really tired of people blaming it on mental health. This is over the years. I've always gone with, mental health. You have to be crazy to be a murderer. Well, I'm kind of tired of that. The reason why is because I have no hope in the mental health system. It's broken. Okay. I know that's a really strong statement, but the thing is,
It is agreed.
I know. It's underfunded. It's horrible. I mean, I got that. So going beyond that, why can't we just make some laws that the thing is, guys, here, the prefrontal cortex where we make decisions in our head is not developed until you're 25. Okay. So that's why young guys or even women make poor decisions from 18 to 25. And they get shot or they have impulsivity, right?
Right.
Because their prefrontal cortex, there's no filter. So they jump out at whatever they feel like it. So why can't we, I'm just saying, it's just me, but why can't we make a law after 25, okay, you can buy a gun if the background check is good. I mean, why can't, I think we're going about this the wrong way. We have to look at organic problems here with the brain. It's just that's the way it is.
I
don't know,
agree.
that's
I'm a
like you
speech
said.
pathologist, and I know that the brain isn't fully developed until age 25.
Yeah, right. Who's that
You're not
speaking?
going to get that from the legislature. Why does anybody need to? They should have a reason to have to get a gun, and they should know how to use a gun.
Right.
You give a gun to somebody,
There is
and
no
this is
reason to get a gun.
so that these
Background
things.
check is a false sense of security too, because anybody can become delusional at any point in their life and decide to purchase a gun and they have no record at all, and they have no background of maybe clinical problems, that they
It's
just
not
become
always delusional.
They buy a gun and they shoot people up because.
It's not always delusional though, Ellen.
No,
That's already going
correct.
to
Of course
extreme.
not. Nothing's that simple, Alan. Of course
Exactly.
not.
Oh, okay. So why there are so many other countries that have so many strict laws? How come we can't?
Right.
Well, I agree with you. Alan.
Yeah, that's the question number one, Rabbi. That's the big question.
The question always would be, in that case, constitutionality or something like that. But my understanding is you're allowed to do what you want in this country if you don't hurt anyone else. So any law that may prevent you from hurting anyone else, as far as I'm concerned, is kosher.
Very well spoken, Marvin.
Thank you.
Right.
That's amazing. Now
Hey,
I had
Barbara,
when
I
I
have a
was when I
question.
was a kid, I had twice in my life I had a shrink. The first time was because I was very young and they put me in nursery school and I had separation anxiety. I got through that. That was no big deal. All I did is I go to this woman's house and look at ink blots and
And you had to take the
play with her
Rorschach,
toys.
baby.
Huh?
You had to take the Rorschach.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I did that too.
And then later on, I was bullied in junior high, and I went to a shrink then because I was having a hard time dealing with that. I was being bullied,
Yeah.
and I got through that. And I think I turned out okay. I'm a little nuts, but it's
Yeah, we know you're on the mark.
With
I
mental
have a
health
question.
problems, I mean, we can be biased and say people with mental health problems are dangerous, but that would be a complete lie. But there are people who do become delusional and do use guns and to act out their delusions. Does it make them any less guilty? No, of course not. Is life that simple? No, of course not. Is that the only reason? No. Diane.
I know when I was in junior high, I got bullied quite a bit too, only because
So did I.
you know, we're talking about the 60s, Vietnam War, kids were running off, getting married.
Right.
I was bullied so bad that at the time I was going to a Methodist church. It was a long time ago, eons ago. But back then, the idea of somebody going to a therapist or somebody outside your pastor was considered, oh, the devil's work. No, you don't want to go there. So, I mean, that's how I grew up. But I can tell you that things got so bad. If it had not been for my religious upbringing, I could have probably very easily have become a kid like the Columbine kid. You know, I got that bad, but I kept going. But I still, you know, to this day, I'll never go to a class reunion. There's nobody there I would like to see. I only had one person come back and actually apologize, you know, for what they did. But, you know, not that I would go there and do something stupid, you know, I don't want anything to do with them. But I had 3 really good friends out of that whole ordeal, and we kind of hung out together. But I, you know, I hate to throw in the religious upbringing thing, but I think maybe they've kind of forgotten God in a sense. I mean,
I think that's a big
you know, we kind of
I think that's a point.
You're absolutely
You know.
right.
Just like when
Which religious upbringing are you talking about, Susan? Jewish or the other one?
I was raised in a Judeo-Christian household. You know, name the denomination, I probably went there. You know, I was my mom was Lutheran, my grandmother was Methodist. You know, when we moved to Florida, mom would go wherever we went. We moved several places. She'd go wherever she felt comfortable.
Mm.
But years later, my choice, I was Episcopalian for almost 30 years. But when I decided to leave that, and that's another whole story, I left, and it took me, I was out for maybe 5 years. I didn't go anywhere, but I kind of got involved with the UUs for a while because it kind of gave me a chance to put everything down. This is what I was taught to believe, but what do I believe? And it led me where I am now. And, I don't even apologize for my upbringing. I mean, I used to, I had a, I can use that because I run into people who have left their churches, and, for them, it's almost like leaving a cult. And yes, and some of them, they do get involved with the messianics for a while because they got this thing, you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to go to hell. So they get involved with them for a while, and then later on they go, but they take that next step. And so I
Welcome home.
Yes.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
You're a Jew by choice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely.
And so am I.
Me too. Barbara, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I got one funny thing to tell you. Albert Einstein, who was Jewish, once is famously known for saying, "I wish that I hadn't been born Jewish."
Oh my God.
So that I could have chosen Judaism for myself.
I did, even if I was Jewish. I did.
This is my question.
We choose to be Jewish every year on Shavuot.
He also stated, Einstein stated that
In a sense, every one of us here, if you're here, you're a Jew by choice.
Yeah, you don't exactly
Right.
end up here by accident. Nobody just stumbles into this.
No,
No.
That's true.
No.
I was a seeker. I mean, I looked all over the place before I came back to Judaism.
no, Barbara, my question to you is that if somebody, let's say, like they hear voices, like
they hear,
you know what I mean? Does that
they hear,
cause extra problems?
no, wait,
Like
wait, back up,
somebody,
wait a minute, back up, they hear voices, you said?
like if they hear voices, you know how they say like people hear voices in their head telling them, "Oh, do this, do that."
Yeah, right.
So would
And the
that
question-
lead them to do something like what happened?
No, it can. Here's the deal. What the deal is, when I was in charge of 463 not guilty by reason of insanity, like schizophrenics who are murderers, they would hear things and they would look around when they heard voices that, they would see things and hear things, and they would respond to what we call internal stimuli, like hearing things, and they would talk back or whatever.
Mhm.
Right.
And the thing is, if
I was
a
very
person,
similar.
and what I learned is over the years in this prison was that if a person comes up and says to you, "I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things," well, the thing is, we think they're saying, the reason why is, how do you know? Okay, because if you know, then you must be saying. If you know, that's not real. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
if they're responding to the internal stimuli, the internal voices or the internal commands, like go kill somebody, go kill Dr. Kirsch or whatever, that happened a couple times, or whatever, so we know that's, or if they, like, sometimes they fake bad, like they want to be cushy in the mental health system in the prison, right? And so they come up and they act all weird, like they're seeing things and hearing things, and then we look at them in the milieu in the unit, they're acting just fine. They don't hear things and see things, and weird. So that's faking bad. Yeah. So they're just malingering, right? So it takes like some things to sort it out, what's going on with them, because a lot of the prisoners would, they would buy Psychology 101 books, and they would take like different symptoms from all these different disorders. Well, it takes like one disorder, it's like 4 out of 7, you have to have that, okay?
Right.
But if you have one here and one there, that doesn't work.
Like sometimes I'll get irrational thoughts in my head, but I'm like, no, that's not real.
Oh,
You know what I
that's
mean?
that's how you're saying, yeah. I mean, everyone has imagination. Everyone
Right,
has.
that's why I wear
thought.
my bracelets, because I remember when I wanted to set my wrists on fire, my counselor goes, "Do you ever think of wearing rubber bands on your wrists?" I'm like, huh?
There you
Now I
go.
wear bracelets.
Perfect.
So remind, don't do that.
So
That's why I
that's how
wear them.
that's how you know you're sane, right?
Mhm.
Because you can recognize that it's just in your head.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
right.
all in
Okay.
your head. And I just like pulled down like an imaginary window shade and say, no. But that's why I wear my bracelets. And that's a great idea she gave me.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that's why I wear them to remind myself. Well, not in the shower, but to remind myself, don't ever think like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to go back to the service.
Okay, behave.
Rabbi, how do I get to see y'all? What do I press on? I suck at this. I'm really bad.
This side of the video, see where it says stop video?
What?
Oops. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Ours is a duty to praise the all-sovereign, to honor the artist of creation, who made us unique in the human family with a destiny all our own. For this, we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the sovereign Almighty, monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. The eternal shall be one, and God's name shall be one. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. I'm saying a prayer today for the director of my choir, Lee Lassiter, who has COVID. For Ellen, I don't know if I need to pray for you again anymore, but I will. Ellen Rose, and for Ellen Friedman as well.
Yes, please. I still have to do an ablation.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Devorah Bat Helene, Reuven Baruch ben Peralea, Eliyahu ben Peralea, Shmuel ben Shendel, Yohevet Rosev Bar, Etta Bat Gittel, Gary Jacobs, Donald Willinger, Ada Bat Chanya, Robert Stein and Andrea Graboff, Rachel Bat Benjamin, Moshe Lazar ben Chana and his wife, Teva Chana Bat Perel, Ziona Bat Chava, Chava Bat Elsa, Yosef ben Albert, and all your family. Batia Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Menashe ben Menachem, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel bat Sharon, Chana bat Shendel, all the COVID-19 victims, all suffer of Guillain-Barré syndrome, all the Ukrainian people and their defense forces, and a couple that I have fallen in love with over the years, Jay and Connie Young, who also have COVID. Albert is saying a prayer today for Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Mayo, Malcolm, Rose, Tamara, Amy, Beth, and her father, Rabbi Galit, Albert, and all of our loving pets. And go back up here.
I have names to give you.
Susan is, wait a minute, Susan is praying for Dorothy, Mark, Marlene, Jimmy, Jean, Robin, and Brandon. Barbara is praying for Rala. Ellen Rose is praying for all who suffer physically and emotionally, and all who are homeless, both humans and animals. Okay, Amy.
Pam, Hazel, you. My friend Janice is still going through chemo. Albert Madison, Valerie Madison, Maddie, Beth and her dad, Tamara, Kathy and Lynn Ford, my cousin Harry, Ellen Friedman, Ellen Rose, and you both have to get better. I'm just saying. And my friend's father, Jesse, who's going through dialysis, and Carol, I don't know if I'll drop, and this girl, Linda.
Okay, Tamara.
Oh, and everybody that got affected in Texas and Buffalo.
Yes.
Okay, Susie Hall, Christy Lowry Smith, Albert Madison and family, Rabbi Galit, myself, Tevachana Bat-Peril, Jenny B, Roberts. I think he's better now, but we'll keep him better. Sandy Frazier, I just found out she has COVID and she lives down the hall from me. Ziona Swigert, Beth and her father, and somebody else. Did I say Moshe Laser Ben Chana? I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway, that too. Okay. And everybody that is mourning from the shootings in Texas, and all those who have been killed in Israel, not killed, excuse me, injured in Israel, and are sick from COVID, and everybody that's sick on my Mishaberach page and my profile page in the prayer circle, and I'm done.
That it?
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Marvin.
Nobody tonight.
Okay. Benjamin.
No one that I can think of, although I'm sure there are a lot of people.
Okay. Then all of the people that you can't think of. Sue. Okay. Ellen, you already told me, I think, oh, you're Laura Frick, right? Okay. And Ellen Rose, you already told me. Reba sends healing energy throughout the world. Healing universal energy. And Barbara. Okay. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. I think I may have missed something. Yes, I did. Okay, Ellen. Sarah Bet Colleen, Bill Ben Ann, Gil Ben Clara, Beth and Amy. Ellen Friedman is also saying prayer for Timothy Paul Taylor and Diane Fishman. And Amy is praying for Princess Tanoki.
No, I said thank you to Princess Tanoki, Beth and her dad.
Okay.
Meow, meow.
Source of strength, who bless the one before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Amy's also praying for her neighbor, Jane. Baruch atah Adonai v'rofei hacholim. The Mourner's Kaddish. And of course, we're praying for the souls of those 19 children and their two teachers, and one of the teacher's husband, who died subsequently to the attack of a heart attack. I don't know which teacher. If I had to guess, I hope it isn't Irma's, because they've got 4 kids. So I am also praying for my husband, Shiron ben Avraham, Bob Slater, for the 1 million US victims of the coronavirus, for the 15 million worldwide who have died from the coronavirus, from all victims of racial injustice, from all victims of gun violence, all of them. All the Ukrainians and the Russians who've been killed in the crazy man's war. Marvin? You're muted.
Francis Johnson.
Okay. Amy?
Okay. Mr. Bob, of course. My friend's biological father, Robert Reber, Audrey, Scott Wayhead, Pat, George, Darrell, my friend's girl on my giraffe prayer list, her dad, George, and Marvin's friend, Francis Johnson.
Okay. Ellen Friedman is praying for Millie Friedman, Henry Friedman, Rose and Art Mandalis, Helene Goldenberg. I have a very good friend named Helene Goldberg. So that caught me off guard. Kathy Getch, Al Brown, Fred Johnson, Glenn Thorne, and Maureen McManus. Barbara is praying again, saying Kaddish for her son, Ben. Tamara?
Barbara McCormick Lowry. And no, thank God, Baruch Hashem, no new deaths. And except for of course, those shootings, the shootings in Texas, and the 19 children that were murdered. I pray for them and all those that have been killed in Israel and in this country, and from prejudice, and that's it for now.
Okay. Benjamin?
Definitely should have thought before I came here, but again, no one that I can think of, but I'm sure there are 1,000 people that are just, that's, yeah.
Okay.
That hasn't been mentioned by everybody else.
Okay. Sue? Okay. Ellen Rose?
All those who have nobody to say Kaddish for them. All those who have died in Buffalo and at the Robb Elementary School. Thank you. Oh, there's an actor who died today,
Ray
Liotta.
Liotta. I was going to mention
Okay.
him. Yeah, Ray Liotta.
Okay, Liotta.
Who?
Thank you.
Ray Liotta. Goodfellas. Goodfellas.
Yes, that's right. Oh my goodness. Wow.
May I also mention the massacre at Pulse nightclub in Orlando? It's the 5th anniversary on Shavuot of the massacre at Pulse.
That's right. Reba, do you have anybody special? Reba prays for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Barbara, I know your son. You already said that. Your son, Ben. Please join me in the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash. Be'alma divrach.
Mati Dakrach, Milte, Umekerte, Bute, Berakom, Berekaketo, Bekaye, the Kol, like Israel, Bala, Usmat, Kari, Uma, Mame,
Amen.
Yehi Shalom.
Yehi Shrai, Rabba Min Shemaya, Elam, Leola, Alomea,
Yishtabach.
Skabach, Fiestabach, Vista,
Yitadar
Alvita Lel, Lal, Shmei, Debirisha, Berachu,
Leila
Leo of Kol, with Katava Shirta, Dushbakata, the Nekamata, Dami Ram Elma, Yimru, Amen.
Yehi Shalom.
Yeshna, Rabba Min Shemaya, Vechaima, Lena Vial Kol, Yisrael, V'Imrim, Amen.
Amen.
Oh, say Shalom. You say Shalom. Shalom Shalom. Favor. Amen.
Amen.
Do the Omer.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Excuse me. And today is, don't tell me.
First time I attend services for like years. I shave. I'm all nervous. It's the Omer.
You know what? I've got it even highlighted, I think. I think yesterday was day 40.
Oh,
Correct. Yes, today's the 41st day.
Shit.
Oh, can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ay, ay, ay. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear it. I
Ay,
didn't
ay.
hear it.
Okay, good,
None of
good,
us
good,
heard
good.
it, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Play 10 Hail Marys. Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong religion.
Wrong website.
Oh, that was good, Summary.
I was going to say, mea culpa, mea culpa. If I can do this now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu sfirat haomer hayom echad ve'arba'im yom shehem chamisha shavuot v'shisha yamim la'omer. When you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to
Okay, this works out.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, and our little queen.
Be sure and watch Rabbi Blaine tomorrow. His service is probably going to be awesome. And if you want to, you can watch mine too.
Okay.
And my mouse managed to make it all the way home, which is
Yeah,
kind
your mouse is like,
of stunning. Thank you, Hashem. I'll see you guys soon. Love you all.
Bye bye.
Oh, look at that.
There,
There she
there,
is.
Aurelia.
Aurelia.
Oh,
6 months old now.
Oh.
She's adorable. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has to Zoom.
Oh,
Oh, look at that little face. Aw. How old is she now?
She's 6 months.
Aw.
Aw.
I'll take those little cheeks and pinch them.
Wow. A big girl. Whoa. Yeah.
She's beautiful. Can I her?
She is beautiful.
Oh, what a cutie.
Beautiful.
Laila Tov, everyone.
Laila
And
Tov.
good morning.
Laila Tov.
Um,